So if you wanted to get started and adding some sub collections into your Shopify store, I'm going to show you how we can actually do this process. It's not that difficult, but let's see what we can do to do this much more in a very easy way, right? So the very first thing I want to do, of course, is to understand the sub collection to the Shopify. So the sub collections are essentially collections within collections. They keep in categorizing your products under the broader categories and offers more structured browsing experience for your customers. So for example, if you have a clothing store, you can have a clothing like men's clothing, women's clothing, and kids clothing. And inside that men's clothing, I have a main collection, right? So to get started, first of all, what I need to do is to sign into my Shopify store. Once you're signed in, what I need to do now is to make sure that I have products to sell. So if I focus into the left part, I'm going to click into products. Now you can see that we have only one product, but let's say that you wanted to get started and adding and create a main collection. So if I focus directly here into the left part, it says collections. I can see that here we have created a few collections. I can select all of them and delete collections and start over again. Let's say that I go for create collection. And here I'm going to look out for my main collection. For example, my main collection should be clothing. And I go for save. Now inside clothing, I'm going to leave this as it is. And then let's create the sub collection. So usually, if you choose the type of the manual, if you want to add products yourself, you can hit into automate if you wanted to. But in this case, let's go for creating some sub collections now that we have the main clothing collection. So repeat the process of creating a new collection, but this time it's named something specific. For example, here into clothing, I'm going to go for create collection, and let's go for men favorite, or let's focus only into men fashion, and hit now into save. There we go. Now we can add a description, of course, and select the products that belong to the sub collection. For example, I have this product. I select this and I go for add. So to add, of course, the sub collection created, you need to link them to the main collection. So first of all, what I need to do, of course, is to go back. Make sure that, of course, you have images into both elements. For example, here into clothing, I can add a new images of clothing. If you don't have an image, you have to worry about it. Of course, you can download totally for free using pixels or whatever. So let's assume, for example, that I'm going to look out for something like this. Here it is. Has been now saved it. Let's go back, of course, and make sure that everything looks great. Now the same thing with men fashion. For example, go for add image. Scroll a little bit down. And I'm going to look out for this one and go for open. There we go. Now I have my collection, my main collection, and my sub collection. Now let's do the sub collection. If I focus into online store, I'm going to click on it. And here I'm going to look out for the option that says navigation. Into navigation, you can see there we have the main menu and the footer. So I'm going to click into main menu. And this is the part where you want to get started with the sub menus. So for example, the one that says cataloged, I'm going to hit now into edit, and I can choose the option that says clothing, like this. And into all products, I'm going to look out for collections, all the collections, or focused only into clothing, right? So let's go for clothing and apply the changes. Now let's add a new menu item. Here into the name, let's go for men. And search a paste link, let's go for collections and men fashion. Add. And there we go. The next thing to do is to put the sub collection just below the main collection and move this a little bit to the right. Just like that, I have now the sub collection added in here. We can add a new menu item to clothing and add much more as I have more and more products. To make sure it actually worked let's go for save. Once I have done this process, it is time to customize the collection layout. So we can, of course, focus inside the online store, go for customized, and navigate directly into the customization to enter the theme editor. And navigate directly inside here, it says clothing. I click on it, and as you can see, I have now the sub collection of the men. So if I click in here, it's going to be taking me to the men fashion. And here are my products from the main fashion. So that, guys, is how you can create sub collections into the Shopify. By organizing your products into the sub-collection, you make this easier for customers to find exactly what they're looking for. And you can add more and more sub-collections as you're getting more and more products, and organizing directly into your collections that appears here. So guys, if you find this video helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the Tech Express, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out any of the latest content, Shopify tips and tricks. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and hopefully we can all see you next time.